my God, I love New York. I just flew out from California last night. Thank you for having me. So I only have 5 minutes to speak to you guys today, but I wanted to share something really, really important with you about voting. Voting Democrat, voting Republican, or voting something else, right? Before I get into that, I want to give you a brief history about me real quick so you know who you're dealing with. 5 years of age, I'm gonna go back. My mother is Korean, my dad is black, right? My mother was making some popular dish called bulgogi. If you've ever heard of bulgogi, it's a very popular Korean dish made out of dead cow. At the time, I didn't know that this bulgogi was made out of dead cow. I had come to know what kimchi was made out of, which is cabbage, really spicy cabbage, right? And all these other dishes, and I finally was curious, and I asked my mother, I said, 엄마, that's Korean for mother, what is this stuff made out of? And she told me it was a cow, and I never was the same after that. And it goes to show you about your instinct, right? My mathematical equation for compassion is compassion equals instinct minus habit minus tradition minus culture. So, because I learned this, you know how you have those parents that tell you you can't leave the table until you finish your dinner, right? Right? So I used to chew the flavor out of the meat, and when my mother wasn't looking, I'd throw it into the corner behind the curio cabinet, thinking that that was a safe place for me to hide this dead animal flesh. And ultimately, she ended up smelling it, right? Because it rots. And needless to say, I got a nice Korean punishment. But anyway, so I've been vegan now for 22 years. On September 24th, thank you. It'll be 22 years since I went vegan. I'm still, there's some vegans here like Victoria Moran and Bob that vegan way longer than that, just amazes me. But really what I wanted to talk to you about today is voting your heart, voting with your values. And last election, one of the biggest obstacles that I came across is meeting with voters and citizens across the country and hearing on social media that voting the Humane Party would be a wasted vote. How many of you have heard that before? And not just the Humane Party, a third party, right? You hear about that all the time. Voting the way that your heart tells you to vote is a wasted vote. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now let me tell you why. When you are a political candidate, which I decided to be in 2015, when the board of directors came to me as a volunteer for the political party and asked me to run for president. Now, mind you, up until then, it had never been a notion in my head to run for the US presidency, right? So I decided to run. And as a candidate, you are a champion for that political party's platform. So to make it simple for you guys, I'm gonna ask you guys to do one thing for me when we leave this place, okay? When you go home, open up your computer, open up either Chrome or Internet Explorer. How many of you know what Control F means? Anybody in the audience? Control F. What is Control F? Find. So if you open up one tab and go to republicans.org. Open up another tab and go to democrats.org. And then open up a third tab and go to humaneparty.org. Then you go back to democrats.org and you do a Control F, find. Type in the word animal. Guess how many instances of the word animal will appear in the search results for democrats.org? 0. Guess how many occurrences of the word animal will appear in republicans.org? 0. Guess how many instances of the word animal will occur in a search result in humaneparty.org? 50, 75, do I hear 60? 38. Give the humaneparty.org a hand, you guys. 38 occurrences of the word animal. And by the way, just to give you a little bit of root word history, the word animal, its Latin root word means spirit, breath. And we are eating these lovely beings. We're killing them indiscriminately. And this is why I volunteered for that political party. So if we all come together, millions and millions of vegans and vegetarians, and we throw away our fear of voting for someone that we believe in and a platform that we believe in over a platform that doesn't even care to include the word animal in their platform, we got to get over that, you guys. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to give the mic back, but I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for having me. I love you all.